I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg testified Tuesday before the House Transportation Committee. In his opening statement, Buttigieg addressed the impact inflation has on transportation. Gas prices are cooling down from hitting record highs in mid-June. According to data from AAA, the average gas price is still over $1 than it was at this time last year. But Buttigieg said that this is a time of opportunity for his department to, quote, build transportation resources that connect everyone safely, efficiently, and affordably. Take a listen to Secretary Buttigieg's full opening statement.
I'd like to formally recognize the Honorable Pete Buttigieg, Secretary of Transportation. Thanks again for joining us today. Look forward to your testimony. And without objection, our witness's full statement will be included in the record. And since your written testimony has been a part of the record, the committee requests that you limit your initial remarks to 5 minutes. With that, you may proceed.
Good morning, and thank you very much, Chair DeFazio. Thank you, Ranking Member Graves, and thank you, members of the committee, for the opportunity to join you this morning. Before I begin, I want in particular to recognize you, Chair DeFazio, for 36 years of extraordinary service and to congratulate you on your upcoming retirement. There are few who can claim to have done more than you to champion safety, to promote environmental justice, and to advance transportation systems to benefit all Americans. I also want to acknowledge that earlier this year we lost a member and former chair of this committee, the late Representative Don Young, who represented the people of Alaska for nearly half a century, and was often willing to cross the aisle to get things done for the American people. Thanks to leaders like Chair DeFazio, Representative Young, and so many of you, we now have the most transformative transportation investment in most of our lifetimes in the form of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. And it couldn't have come at a more important time. From delays at ports to freight congestion to shortages in aviation, American transportation has rarely confronted this many intersecting challenges at once, both immediate and entrenched. Nearly 43,000 people died in traffic crashes last year, each of them a parent or child, colleague or friend. Transportation produces more carbon emissions than any other sector at a time when the nations of the world are rallying to confront the climate challenge. And as Americans grapple with the effects of inflation, we know that transportation is the second largest household expense after housing, affecting every family budget. This is also, though, a moment of enormous opportunity, with reason for optimism. Thanks to the infrastructure law, my department has never seen a moment of greater potential than now to build transportation resources that connect everyone safely, efficiently, and affordably to the things we need and the people we love. Needless to say, we've been busy. We've already announced nearly $84 billion in grant funding from across the department. Every few days, we have another great announcement. Bridge repair programs that'll help us move more goods more affordably and people more safely. A national electric vehicle charging network with the potential to bring cost-saving technology to rural communities and help fight the climate crisis. And safety initiatives that will reduce crashes and save lives. For example, getting rid of outdated railroad crossings to prevent tragedies like the one we saw recently in Sheridan County. Ranking Member Graves, my thoughts are with all of your constituents, the passengers, the families who were impacted by that derailment. And I want to emphasize that DOT will continue to support NTSB's investigation and work to improve railroad safety nationwide. From safety to reliability to affordability, name a dimension of transportation that you deal with in daily life, we have a program addressing it. All of this is going to help people get where they need to go while creating jobs and economic opportunity across the country. You all know better than anyone that passing the law is only the first step. Success means delivering good projects that improve the lives of your constituents. I'll give you just a few examples of the work we're supporting. Alpena, Michigan is a community of fewer than 10,000 people where one of the largest employers is the local cement plant. We awarded the city funding to modernize their port so it can bring in larger cargo ships. That means more business for the plant, more jobs for the people of Alpena, and better access to materials for manufacturers across the region. Within the city limits of Baltimore, it can take hours to get from home to work if you don't have a car. So we're funding 10 new miles of dedicated bus lanes to connect residential neighborhoods with major employers in a single corridor that supports more than 180,000 jobs. In 2007, Findlay, Ohio, a town of 40,000, flooded. Hundreds of homes and businesses were damaged or forced to move. Now, we're helping Findlay replace a century-old railroad bridge with a modern ballast deck bridge that will not only help people get to work, but also reduce the risk of flooding damage in the future. And these are just a sample from among literally thousands of projects that will help Americans live and work where they want, help businesses deliver better products, and help families save for the future. They can even save lives. In this good work, we will need your continued leadership and partnership, as well as that of communities across the country, organized labor, businesses, state, tribal, and local officials, and so many more. Together, we have the opportunity to improve countless lives, support good-paying jobs, strengthen America's manufacturers, modernize our infrastructure for decades to come, and cement America's position as the world's leading economy. So thank you once more for inviting me to be here today, and I'm looking forward to addressing your questions.